Hello there, one and all. Hopefully we have some people watching us live. This is the first of quite a few live broadcasts that we're doing this week to encourage, celebrate, and be involved in the Learn at Work campaign that is running all week from today right up till the end of the week, Sunday. Lots and lots of activities, and we have loads of webinars running. And I've put in the box already the link to the schedule for the webinars. And in this broadcast, we will be giving away some books. And to ensure you get one, all you've got to do is put your name in. Let me just do this now, SWAG, with the hashtag swag behind it. And you'll probably be able to win a free book, depending on how many people we have live. A lot of the time, these things seem to get far more traction on the replay, which we will, of course, post out. We've got some questions already sent in, which is great. So I guess people are at lunch or something like that, but we wanted to have the question answered. So I'm going to start with the questions that we've had sent in, and then if some come through on the chat box, we'll answer those as well. So the first one here is, what? So the first one here is, does personal development really work? Well, I mean, okay, fair enough. You asked the question. Can't believe the team have put this on the sheet, but we'll go with it. So the answer is yes, of course it works, and there's lots and lots of evidence to suggest that. In fact, I am a good example. You know, I invested in my personal development, completely changed my life, started 2 businesses, and have been reasonably successful in life, both personally and professionally. So yes, it does work. I would say, though, there's a caveat with that, because oftentimes people will say things like, oh yeah, I bought that book, or I went on that course, or I did that online seminar, but it didn't work for me. It didn't work. And then I kind of go, well, that's interesting. So my question is, did you put into practice and into your daily habits any of the ideas, the models, the concepts, the instructions, if you will, from any of those courses that you did or that book that you read? And invariably the answer is, well, no. Boom. So, you know, if you don't put the ideas and the concepts into practice and apply the learning in your life, you know, it's not like some kind of magic wand, you know, you're suddenly going to be transformed. That's not going to happen. So yes, it does work, but you've got to put in the effort to apply the principles, models, ideas, and learning from, you know, whatever personal development activity you engage in. That said, I mean, you don't have to go on a course, you don't have to read loads of books, you don't have to go to loads of seminars or, you know, webinars. Journaling, if you journal on a regular basis, that will improve and build your, you know, confidence and self-esteem, which is in many ways the cheapest, simplest, and a very, very effective way of personal development. How does that work? The more you journal and you have a habit, what begins to happen is you begin to become far more reflective about where you are in life, where you're going, what's important to you, as you record your thoughts, maybe each week or each month or something like that. But I wouldn't leave it more, you know, longer than a month to have that sort of habit. Once a week's good. Once a week is very good. The end of the week or the beginning of a week, just take some time, reflect. So what happened last week? What seemed important? What learning? What challenges did I have? How did I get around them? Who helped? What other resources seemed available? And what am I grateful for the last week that I've had? This notion of really thanking, you know, the universe, if you like, but yourself really in your environment, or your God, if that's what you want to do. But what am I grateful for? And the more you do that with your sort of journaling, the more you begin to realize, yes, I've got lots and lots of resources. And actually, I'm far richer than I thought it was. And I'm more resourceful than I thought perhaps I was. So, you know, as a personal development habit, if you will, journaling is super important. Notwithstanding, personal development books, courses, you know, online webinars and so on, super, super powerful because they contain such a lot of content. So that's the first question answered. Second one. What is the one thing most people get from personal development? What's the one thing most people get from personal development? Okay, well, I think it probably is a change in their mindset. I think if you invest in enough personal development, and I say enough, a reasonable amount, I think there was a calculation a few years ago that, about sort of 30 to 35 minutes of personal development every other day or something like that would begin to counteract or cancel out a lot of that negative messaging from the media. And of course, it changes your mindset, because you go from, life is difficult and challenging, which I'm not saying that it's not, but you become more resourceful and can do. And I guess it just changes your attitude, and where you just begin to think, do you know what? Yes, there are challenges in life, but I'm able to do it. I'm able to get through this. I'm able to find solutions, or work with teams, or indeed, with people around me to find a solution and to go forward. So I think it's the change of mindset, and just a sense of, I've got more balance, I've got more resilience in myself, because I've learned something. Maybe I see things in a more positive way. I see myself in a more positive way. Personal development certainly helps you to become more self-aware, which in turn, points out gaps that might be in your skill set or your knowledge set. So you sort of engage in some more learning, again, more personal development, or professional development, if you want to call it that. Excuse me. Which over a period of time, of course, gives you confidence. Now, remember, none of these things happen like that. It's something you have to engage in on a regular basis. Just like if you wanted to build up your body, you can get fit or something like that, you'd have to go to the gym or whatever that might be, or lose some weight. It's over a period of time. It doesn't happen overnight. So change of mindset, I think, is the big takeaway that most people get, I think, from personal development. So the next one here is, does goal setting really work? Well, yes, it absolutely does. And what would I add to that? Excuse me, a bit of a frog here. Yes, it does work. And I think it works in as much as if you've decided, yes, I definitely want to do this thing, or I want to have that thing. I want the new house, I want the new job, I want the promotion, I want the new car. Yes, then that is your outcome, that I want that thing. However, the caveat with that, of course, is then I've got to do something about it. The idea that I can sit around and go, ching, 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 send me the new car. Somehow I'm entitled to it, and the universe is going to go, of course, sorry, I've overlooked your need for a brand new car or a glamorous house on the hill. That's not going to happen. I don't believe that's going to happen. You actually have to take action. So yes, very, very clear outcome, and then develop a strategy how you're going to get there, and then one step at a time, engage in activity that will take you towards whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, be it in your personal or indeed your professional life. The one thing I would add, I suppose, is from my point of view, when it comes to goal setting, the NLP formula of well-formed outcomes is not beaten. And I really think if you apply that, it really, really does work. And we've got a whole webinar later on in the week talking about that. So you can look at that if you like. And I think there are other resources on our website around, setting well-formed outcomes. So it's not something that's a mystery. It really does work. And so, in my own life, I would say, yeah, we set goals here in the business, and then we get off and we do them, because we figure out how we're going to get there, how we're going to build the strategy. And that's what we do. So yes, goal setting does actually work. Okay, next question on the sheet. Can a person really change their bad habits? Can a person really change their bad habits? Yes, of course. Of course, there needs to be a reason for changing the bad habit. So the motivation, I'm doing this because, the why of it, if you will, and some reward for doing that. So I'm doing it because I'm going to get some other thing to happen in my life that's more positive, one would think. And just like the other sort of things I've mentioned, I suppose, discipline is required, and it has that habitual thing to, right, I'm not doing that, I'm doing this. And so, developing a strategy. NLP, of course, is super powerful in helping break old habits and develop new ones. Habits are often linked to a belief system as well, so you might need to do some work on that. And getting a coach, a life coach, NLP in particular, life coach would be useful for that. So the answer is yes. And then the last one here on this sheet, this won't come off the printer yet. I get the message that personal development can help me make improvements, but All right. I get the message. Personal development can help me make improvements, but I never seem to have enough time to do it. What's the answer, as we all have such busy lives? Well, okay, and I get that. We are, yeah, it is a busy world. There's a lot of things that take our attention: family, work, all of the other things that we get involved in and around life. It can take a lot of time up. But everybody, every single person, no matter who you are, be the Prime Minister down to myself or anybody else, has the same amount of time every day, the 24 hours. And what we choose to do with that time, consciously and often unconsciously, is where the time goes. So, I always suggest to people, if they think, I really want to do something, but I can't find the time, is to start finding out what they do with the time. Okay, let's just check on the hour. What am I actually doing with my time? And pretty soon they find out that they're wasting a lot of time doing very, very little. The short circuit to, people who say they haven't got enough time to do personal development or do something more interesting in their lives is to ask, well, how much time in a random day or week or month do you spend watching television? And how much of that TV watching is really enriching your soul, building up your skills and confidence, your knowledge, your depth of understanding about how certain skills work, maybe networking or soft skills or I don't know, something like that. I'm going to say most TV doesn't do that, to be fair. It's just quote unquote entertainment. And although I think a lot of it isn't very entertaining, but it's my personal opinion. So less TV, more, seminars might be good, or books. Podcasts is another great thing. I've become a real fan of some quality podcasts out there. On your commute, your daily commute to work, what are you listening to on the radio? Or on your headset if you're on the bus or the train or something? Podcasts, audiobooks. Audiobooks are a fantastic resource. It's like a university in your head, just driving along, listening to some really positive, upbuilding material. And there's lots of it out there. There really, really is. Lots and lots and lots of stuff that you can get involved in that will help you begin this personal development journey. So there's no questions coming in on the comments thing, so I don't know if anybody's actually watching this live. We'll watch out for any questions that come in via email. So if you do want to send one in via email, because I know these videos get watched so many times. So there you go, there's the email address. Oh, here we've got one here from Scott Woodward. Hello, Scott, good to see you. What are the benefits of having an accountability coach? Fantastic question. And I'm going to say the benefits are ginormous. And there's a couple of reasons for that. The main one is, there is somebody who's saying, you said you're going to do this. And if they've been coaching you, they've probably helped you develop the strategy. But more importantly, they're outside perhaps your normal frame of reference with your friends, your family, or relationships or something like that. And so it's kind of like, they're in a position where they really can go, hold on, you said you were going to do this. What else can we do to help you move forward? What's the missing resource or the secret sauce we need to find to enable you to take that step to complete the task or to start moving forward? So often, in the past, when I, was a full-time coach, I only do some part-time coaching now because of running the college. But as a full-time coach, you work with people and they say, yes, 100% committed to taking this action, to working towards my goal. A month would go by and then I would see them again. And I said, so how's it going? Let's just check in. I said, well, I haven't started yet, or something got in the way. And I was thinking, well, what is that? You seemed so committed. And so normally at the end of most coaching sessions that I still do, be it, with corporates or even the occasional individual one that I still do, at the end of that process, I get them to commit. So what's the first step? No matter what coaching model or methodology you use, at the end of that process, what's the first step that you'll commit to doing today? Are you picking up the phone, sending the email, pressing the button? What's the thing you're going to do today to get that whole thing moving forward? That's really, really what you're looking for. Some kind of commitment and taking action straight away. So hopefully that helps answer that question. Accountability coach, life coach, business coach, whatever it is super important. Because they will just they're there saying, yeah, you said you're going to do this. I'm going to email you on Wednesday just to check in how things are going. That's a sense of encouragement. And I guess in a way you feel supported because somebody's there holding you accountable. You feel supported and motivated to go and take action and ensure something is definitely going to be happening. So that's a good thing. So thank you for that question, Scott. We'll just hang on to see if there is any more. Now, Scott, if you're the only person watching live, I might suggest you can have a book. So if you are still watching, let's see here. We've got Life Coaching and Introduction, Boosting Self-Esteem, Introduction to Personal Development, Introduction to NLP. Scott, if you're watching, which of those books would you like sending out of the post? Let me know if you're still watching. Failing that, I'll try and find who you are by looking up on LinkedIn. Okay, I think we're coming to the end of this first of our lots and lots and lots of broadcasts that we have throughout the week. We're going to have another follow-up from this one with more questions that come in via email, plus some other things. And we're also going to have a couple of interviews as well. We're still waiting for them to be confirmed, which is, here we go. I'm around here, interested in pursuing a career in NLP. Okay, I'm interested in pursuing a career in NLP. Okay, Sabrina. I think any will be helpful, Tony. Thank you. Okay, Scott, send us in the email address. I've sent me your, email me quick your address and I'll make sure that gets sent out to you. So Sabrina, going back to your question, yes, a career in NLP is super fantastic. So NLP practitioner is, I'm guessing, what you're saying, sort of like as a coach or practitioner. Is that what you mean? If so, yes, I built my entire career as being an NLP practitioner. I qualified 25 years ago and had a practice. I had about 30 to 35 hours per week seeing clients. Plus, I had at the time, well, some of the time, I also had a full-time job and it built up and I quit my old corporate job. So that was kind of cool. So yes, it would be very, very good. Did you want some more specific information? If so, just jump on our website and you'll be able to find lots and lots of information on our programs. But let me just send you a quick link. Hold on a second. Let's just go to, well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this link for you, Sabrina, because there's lots of videos and stuff on there that you might find useful. And then I'll also send you another link which outlines some NLP stuff. Here we go. Whoops, I've gone too far. NLP qualifications. And I think there's a couple of free things on here as well that you might find useful. So let me just whiz that over to you as well. There we go. Scott's asking, info at ukcpd.co.uk. Oops. Oops, sorry, Scott. David. Scott, there is the email address. You ping me your address and stuff. I'll be able to send a book out to you. So sorry, Sabrina, mine wasn't a question. Mine wasn't a question, but more a heads up that I was watching it live. Ah, right, okay. I normally listen to loads of podcasts and watch videos regarding self-development. I can't wait to get stuck in. Sounds good, Sabrina, sounds good. So what was that? That's correct. I started off as a coach, but I'd like to train further. Well, if you've already done a coaching program, a recognized coaching program, Sabrina, and you'd like to add NLP in, be sure to reach out to us because we have an APL process where you can APL your past learning or qualification into a full qualification in NLP if you so wish. We're more than happy to do that. We have a whole process. Just reach out to us and we'll be able to do that for you, or indeed answer any of your questions. You could just schedule a discovery call and one of the team or myself will be happy to do anything for you. Okay, so I think, is that the end of the questions? I think so far. It's great to have so many people listening in. That's fantastic. Because normally it's always in the catch-up we get loads of things. Okay, so I think my time's up for this particular broadcast. Feel free to send any additional questions you have in about anything, NLP, coaching, personal development generally, leadership, management development. And we're more than happy to answer any of those questions. We'll do another broadcast tomorrow, plus, of course, the webinars that are scheduled. They'll all be happening as well. And we're going to be posting more things online too. So hopefully your day is going well, and we will speak to you again in the very near future. Have a great day and indeed the rest of the week. Bye for now.